We're sending our content to the paper. You phone off?
I don't know how to turn it off.
Okay, Barbara, we're live?
I don't know how to turn it off.
Oh, it keeps ringing.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've
we're
only
live?
had 4 people tell me, oh.
We're live.
You stupid.
Okay, all right. So, welcome everyone. I'd like to call the Water Committee meeting to order on September 30th, 2024 at 1:30. So the first item and only item we have is to consider approval of amendment number 1 to agreement regarding construction and transfer of a water main line extension to serve 10 residences in the community of Tuolumne Band of Miwok Indians. And this did come up before, at our public meeting, and we brought it back to committee.
Yeah, okay, so, yes, this was previously taken to the board, but then the board requested to send it to committee for further discussion. So, Eric, if you want to start with the exhibit map, that might be a good place for you to start. On July 10th of this year, the board executed an agreement with the tribe for approximately 4,004 feet of 8-inch main to serve the same 10 residences. They pretty much have completed the water main. I think we're testing this week, maybe something like that.
That's tomorrow.
Yep, okay, so, in a few weeks ago, or actually probably about a month ago or so, the tribe approached me about a additional water main that would intertie an existing district water main and this new water main they've constructed with the intention of improving the available fire flow, but also the resiliency, meaning that by looping, if there's a break in one part of the system, that they'll be able to direct water from another part of the system. Basically keep, if there's any water main breaks, it'll keep them in water better during that period of time, especially if it was occurring during a fire. So there also, there is the potential for further development, I'm imagining, in this area, so I threw that into the agreement. And then, let's see what else. So the amendment essentially is just covering I chose to amend the agreement, that way it was clear that this water main is intended to serve the same project area. It's not intending to serve anything else. And any other areas, it's basically on the same, within the same project area for the most part. And then, yeah, let's see here. You want to scroll up to the exhibit itself. So the portion of gray dotted line is the original agreement, the 4,004 feet, I think is what it was, that has been pretty much completed. There's a couple things going on here. One is you do have this 2,300 foot, almost 2,400 foot of 8-inch main that's interconnecting an existing TUD main and the new main that the tribe has constructed. So the red is going to be new construction in this picture. You'll also see another smaller piece that's in red, that'll also be brand new construction. In the light blue color, the cyan color, a while ago the tribe approached the district about potentially taking over or constructing a water main. It wasn't a water main that we wanted to take over, but the tribe went ahead and constructed it under, I would say, the district's guidance. So in other words, Les was involved, but didn't necessarily formally document as he normally would in an inspection. So it was installed per his direction, per TUD standards, the specifications of all the parts and everything were all as they normally would be with a district project. We just don't have an inspection record for it. So what part of this amendment is mentioning is a field survey of this water main, where we would, in coordination with the tribe, pothole the blue color, strategic locations, connection points, T's, valves, things like that. Well, you don't need to pothole a valve, but specific points where we might have joints, fittings, in the areas of concern. That way we felt comfortable that the right materials were used. If everything appears good with that, then we are able to move on with, pressure testing it and vacuuming it and all that. I think I'm kind of rushing through it, but I think I got most of what I wanted to say. Yeah, I think I pretty much have. Matt, do you have anything to add as far as the existing line?
I don't think so. I think we pretty much hit everything. Wait for a discussion. I did want to add though that I feel like, as far as the red line, the new stuff, one more thing to maybe add is that, for like AWWA, the standard to kind of loop or create a grid is kind of best practice. So this is like what he was saying about resiliency and redundancy. It's also kind of best practice to make loop for also water quality issues and whatnot. So I just want to add that to that as far as the looping goes.
Yeah, and I haven't shown, but there's hydrants on all segments of this. And I think there's at least 2 on the 2,375 foot length. There's at least 2 hydrants, maybe 3 there. I can't remember on the plans. So there'll be hydrants at high points, low points, endpoints. Valves are all placed according to the plans, per AWWA standards as well.
So I have some questions.
Sure.
Okay. So just so I understand, we've got a section, 4,004 linear feet that's already constructed.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And that's the original agreement.
Correct.
Okay. Then the amendment to that is the red plus the blue?
Yes.
Okay, and so what does all that total?
The total, let's see, looks like it's 3,095 of new water main, which is the red, and 900 for the blue. So it's almost another 4,000 feet.
Almost double.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And it looks like the red that says 2,000 some odd, 375 or something, I can't really see without my other glasses. That's pretty darn long. That's longer than the 4,000. Or is this scale distorted on this?
It's not to scale, but it's approximately to scale, I guess you'd say.
Oh, I know, see, it takes in that,
Yeah, the 2 red ones put together is,
the 2 black ones,
oh,
I see.
I can't see this colors, but.
Yeah, I get it now,
Yeah,
okay,
it's all-
I get it,
Also
it's
runs
all
off.
that.
Oh, I see.
I'm not sure what this gray
Thank you.
box is doing here, but
It showed up earlier. Can you click on that thing and make it go away?
this thing, I
Yeah.
don't even know what it is, Tom.
Well, it showed up earlier this morning too.
Yeah, no, sorry, I don't know what it is, and
Is this Airtame?
no, it's just on Zoom. I'm not sure, sorry about that though.
Okay.
I could maybe scroll up a little bit, there you go, it doesn't really conceal much, does it?
It kind of doesn't help that there's some kind of pixelated part here going on.
Right,
Just see that darker area that's striped is kind of in the way of the
that's what we
legend?
were talking about.
Oh, thank you.
We can't get
Okay.
rid of it.
I'd get rid of it if I could,
It's
Barbara.
not on my side. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
It's
even
about
see it on this.
Oh, I got you, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
That's
So-
about what it is.
Yeah, it does. So I scrolled up, you can see the entire scope of the July 10th agreement adopted, approved by the board.
So the original intent reason I'm bringing it back to the committee is a couple of reasons. One, I think these things should go through the committee, so at least you have 2 board members that really understand what they're voting on. And then just to be able to have a more informal setting to be able to ask questions so they understand the project. So, and it's a matter of using the committee system.
Okay.
So question I have is the original agreement had that one line coming off of Cherokee, okay? And then coming into the Rancheria?
No, the Rancheria is on the north side. This is tribal trust land, but it's not the Rancheria.
Okay,
So,
okay, but it's actually trust, it's not fee simple?
Right.
It's trust, okay, all right. So, and that reason was for, to provide water for
10 homes.
10 homes?
Yeah.
Okay, but this new thing is, new request is to be able to loop it?
Correct.
So how, can you show me how it's looped?
So, water, Matt, do you wanna try this one?
Yeah, I
Do you wanna try to use this, or do you wanna do the hand?
I'll let you navigate.
Okay, all right, I'll try.
It's kind of hard because there's a lot missing from this, but if you look up in the upper right-hand corner where it says Tuolumne Road North,
Mm-hmm.
that right there is where Miwoo comes down from the reservation and hits Tuolumne Road.
Oh, gotcha.
They have a water line that goes down and connects to Tuolumne Road, goes up to Portofino, as well as the Ponderosa water system loops throughout Tuolumne Road, goes up Noni's Road, so it's looped Noni's Road, but those are really small water lines, very small water lines, 4-inch water lines. So they're putting in 8-inch, which is our standard minimum, right? So now that's looping from right there at Portofino, you see Portofino Road, it doesn't even look like a road, it shows a PRV, there's an arrow, it says connection to existing TUD water main, kind of below where it says Tuolumne Road.
Mm-hmm.
So the upper portion of the red, so there's a water line that connects there too. So it's connecting that with the new gray dotted line, which again, you've got almost 2,000 feet of main, where if there's a catastrophic failure, you're severing off that whole bottom leg.
Okay,
So-
so this is really helpful. All right, so it does loop, but it goes up to, Tuolumne Road.
Yes,
Okay,
this side Cherokee Road, this side Tuolumne through Portofino.
okay, so it's really the casino kind of
Yeah,
environment.
yeah.
Okay, I got you.
And that's what I was saying about, the best practices is to, if you do have very long lines and you have dead ends, not just for water quality, but the redundancy and resiliency, it's good to have looping or grid systems. So if you do have a failure, or you want to shut it off, somebody else wants to make a mainline extension or something like that, someone wants to construct a mainline extension, you don't have to shut off any customers. You can always keep as many customers as you can in water, so.
And so you probably already said this, but I didn't catch it. Is the lower red new part, 720
Yes,
feet? How does that loop?
that one is not looped, not yet.
So that
So
doesn't,
there is a short section of mainline that will not be looped.
and what,
right
and
now.
so that is not then for redundancy and resiliency, what's that for?
That's to serve
Part of them, you know.
part of the 10 homes, yeah.
6 of the 10.
Part of the
Six
10 homes?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's part of the 10 homes. So now I see why you are connecting it and not making it a standalone agreement. Because it's definitely intertwined with the 10 homes.
Right, they could have put meters very far away and run private lines the rest of the way if they wanted, because it's all the same piece of property. So in this case, they're getting the main closer, getting the hydrant closer, and getting the services closer to the place of use, which is generally what we try to do.
How is that, line, if that's 8-inch, how's that 8-inch line fed?
The blue one,
Well, I think, isn't
by the pond, right below the pond.
that, well, isn't all of them 8 until you get up to, Noonies? That's 4-inch?
Yeah, there's a loop, there's a small section of 6-inch up there on Cherokee Road and 4-inch going up and over Noni's Road on the top. And currently, yeah, it's being fed by that and then through
But what's being there?
that Cherokee Road, Noni's, and it will be down through there.
Yeah,
That's the section, you're talking about the gray section, the gray dotted lines, or?
yeah,
Yes, the newer gray dotted lines, the stuff that we're pressure testing tomorrow is fed with a connection at Noni's off of that.
Right.
That's 6 and 4,
okay, so
but they're fed by,
it goes from small to big.
yes, we've got some bottlenecks, so that's where this looping will help with the fire flow too.
Yeah, absolutely, I mean, especially with 4-inch.
Mm-hmm.
Will that get rectified when we finally do the, main line coming down from, up there at, when Sierra Pines finally gets online and that main line comes down?
Yeah, I mean, we've got some significant improvements to do in Ponderosa Hills, still a little bit higher, but
Right.
the tribe has done significant work in increasing fire flow. I mean, they've put in,
But I mean, it'll be a
18,000
plug and play in the future.
yes,
It's already
yes,
done, okay.
yes.
Cause that, to me, that would be important, I always don't like seeing small going to big. I'd rather
Yeah.
see big going to small.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there an opportunity to eventually connect that leg of red, like back, let's say further south? It looks like there's some kind of, riparian area in there, that flows in and flows out of that pond. So in a future date, will they extend that, do you think?
I don't know.
You talking down here?
Yes.
Out to Tolman Road.
As of right now, no, but there is a possibility where we could do that. You can speak to that, where we come down to Tuolumne Road, not Tuolumne Road North. Tuolumne Road down to where the T offices are and stuff. We could loop in down there, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, we could loop more on the Tuolumne side.
And then that would be another amendment.
I don't know.
We don't foresee any development, unless, anything down that.
Once you get past the homes that are planned there to the south, it's really cliffy and then county right away. So I don't know that anything else on the tribe side would go there unless the tribe acquired more property, like that, there's a non-tribal section, that's the little box to the left of the red line. So, but at this time, I don't see future development that would necessitate the tribe doing that.
All right, that's helpful. Back to the blue. When you say pothole, explain that again.
So we have some hydrovac equipment. Well, it might go through Tuolumne Utilities, it might go through some outsourced third party, but basically we just need to visually inspect the pipe. So we know construction materials, we just wanna vet it, right? We wanna make sure we're doing our due diligence to make sure it was put in the ground correctly. We think that it was, and there's a little bit of history to the thing. We had our inspector inspect it, but there's not a ton of, I think, pictures and, yeah, so no documentation. So what we're doing is we're coming in after the fact and we're gonna have them pothole, or we're gonna pothole, we're just gonna make sure that it was put into our standards. And if it was, then we would, I think, consider accepting their alignment, so.
So they could use an excavator, backhoe and dig it up, or they can use a pothole machine, which is basically like, kind of think of it like a pressure washer with a vacuum. And so they basically make the ground wet, they suck the dirt out, and they just create a big hole.
Smaller hole than digging up the whole thing.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's less invasive, and then if there's other utilities in the trench or close to the trench, then you're not gonna damage them. So.
No, I don't have any further questions. I do now understand why you wanna make an amendment. That's helpful.
I thought that made more sense, it's the same property, same development, so
Yeah.
it seemed like it'd be more confusing as a separate agreement, so.
I think where it gets confusing is when we add sewer to an existing amendment, like we did at Valley Vista. So we had a water component, which is the agreement, and then we have an amendment, which is the whole sewer component. And that's what I'm saying, why don't we just make a different agreement, and that gives you a cleaner paper trace. So I had, which is kind of a red flag based on this.
Gotcha.
So anyway, do you have any other questions?
No, not at all.
Okay, well, we appreciate you coming back, and I'm sure the tribe is anxious to get an okay, so.
So we'll add this to the next agenda then?
Pardon?
Is there room to add this to the next agenda?
I have it on for
Oh, you do?
October 8th,
Oh,
yes.
Okay, with a committee recommendation.
Antonio will add that into his staff report.
When you say that, is it?
October 8th, yeah.
That's it, all right, so